I just, I came, this was a whim. I said, man, I went through the same thing that Jody went through, and do I really want to reunite myself with these emotions again? And forgive me if I get emotional, because, we're all individuals, right? And that was part of my problem. But, I really want to iterate that this is not a political issue as much as it is human rights. I mean, it blows my mind that we don't live in a third world country, that we're supposed to be the United States of America, and we tell our children, you can be anything you want to be, but you have to wait until you're 18 years old, and until you're 18, you better shut up, put you away for a while. In my case, I never did drugs, okay? I was mouthy, I wanted a later curfew, my grades were slipping in school, there were some personal things going on in my family, and I feel like maybe my mom, as well as her intentions I'd like to believe were, couldn't look at me anymore for some of the things that was going on. So she decided, we'll put you in this place and that place, and I've been in a lot of places, about 14 different group homes, mental institutions, juvenile facilities. There is nothing that compares to the home that I was in. With all of the places that I've been to, the home that I was in Milton, Florida. The name of it's Charity Haven. Charity Haven in Milton, home Dave and Norma Walkton. Hear my voice. I will never be locked in a room again. I will never have to drag another child into a room, to be locked up in a closet, to have force-fed religious constant tapes. I'm not a whore. I never was a whore. I never did drugs. I never had sex, okay? I was a 13-year-old kid who had been raped for 10 years by her father, and mom couldn't look at me anymore. So they put me in a place where God could save me. And I was left there. I was taken there. I was put in a vehicle. The child locks were on the doors. I was taken 4.5 hours from my home. I was dropped off at what looked like a house. It was a 2-bedroom house. There were 28 girls at the time that I was there. My number was number 13. I'm not a number. My name is Theresa Kent. I'm not number 13. Okay? I didn't deserve anything that I went through, and neither do the kids that are there now. Nick was right. The kids will sit there and you can't talk to each other. I remember circling letters in my Bible. I still have my Bible to communicate in church with the person sitting next to me. Are you ready to run? Is now the day? I remember running away in the middle of the night through acres of forest, and I had a can of hairspray and a lighter and my best friend, and we were running through the trees. And if any of the girls are listening from Charity Haven, I reported it. I reported it to Children's Services. I reported it to the police. I told everybody, and they shut the home down, and they moved those girls to Texas. They moved them to Texas, and they're now operating under a different name. Some of those girls had their names changed so other parents can't find them. My dad, who was in Ohio, had no idea where I was. None. They change these kids' names. They keep them in hiding. It's a disgusting underground railroad. I felt like I made it all up. Maybe I am messed up. Maybe none of that really happened, It did happen. And for everybody who's watching online or anybody listening to me, hear my voice, that happened. And you're not alone. And there are other people that know it happened, and we are old enough now, and we have the technology now to let everybody know about it. You're not alone. You don't have to be alone anymore. It's a very lonely place to be. Not allowed to look each other in the eye. Had to be dragged to a prayer room, screaming, kicking for your life, because you're possessed, or because you're a whore, or because your parents don't want you, and if you get out or your parents send you a card, everything's monitored. I had no communication with TV, no outside resources, no phone lines. I wasn't allowed to write letters, and the one letter I did write was monitored, scratched out, and had to be rewritten. I've written thousands upon thousands of Bible verses. I've taken thousands of beatings and licks. We were given castor oil to cleanse us from the inside. I'm not talking about a third world